What up, friends? How are you doing? Hello, friends. I'm wearing this vintage shirt here that's super dirty, but um, I was rearranging my son's room and I needed to take a break. So, anyway, so here I am. Excuse my shirt, excuse my appearance. I was gonna keep my hair down. I was like, what was that? It's my bra. I was gonna keep my hair down, but my hair's like this right now, like in its natural state. So I decided not to show you guys that. So anyways, so that's why I'm dirty. It's because I was moving my son's room around because you can only move it like certain ways because of the bunk bed. So how are y'all doing? How was your Monday? um I actually have more questions, but these were kind of deep. So if you don't know how it works, this is what I call it's like a series, I guess you could call it. I call it 10 questions, but today it's five because these were kind of deep. I'm trying to say these without crying, okay? It's about my journey, okay? And if you ever want a question answered, just go to my Instagram, submit a question there, and I will answer it. So these are five questions that you guys were asking, okay? These are kind of deep. I'm gonna try not to cry. How I mean. Oh my gosh, I'm just exposing my address. Jeez. Anyways, so here we go. Numero uno. What would you? This is what my niece told me over the weekend. Okay, all right. I was like, you know what? Let's just go big. Let's just start it off big. What would you tell 20-year-old your 20-year-old self? Okay, because me and my niece were talking about my age. When we're at the store, I don't mean to brag, but they're like, is this your sister? And I'm like, no, this is my niece. So she's 20, she's 3 years older than my daughter. She's 26. I mean, I'm just saying. I was like, no, this is my niece, my much older niece. I'm just kidding. So she asked me, what would I tell myself back in my 20s? Like, that was like the most confused years of my life was my 20s, okay? If you knew me back then when I was 20, I'm sorry, okay? There's a lot of things I didn't know. And again, to my ex-husband, that's when I was married. I was once a married woman, okay? And divorced. So I just want to apologize. If you knew me then, I was a little rough around the edges, okay? And what would I tell my 20-year-old self? Well, what I've learned so far is what I would tell myself that I didn't know then, that I know now, is to love yourself first. If you don't love yourself first, you're not going to be able to love anybody. Um, you think you know what love is your whole life. Like, I thought I knew what love was, but I didn't until one day I learned what it was. And it was definitely nothing I had felt before. And so it definitely changed everything. Like, it's like, oh, so this is what's out there. Like, this is how love really feels. Like, oh my God. So I would say love yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're in your 20s. You're supposed to be dipping it and doing it in your 20s, okay? Not like me, okay? I've always been working. I've always been, I never really enjoyed my life. Okay, well, correction, I did enjoy my life, okay? I was always partying, in my 20s. So I would say to enjoy your life and live your life. And I was so hard on myself because I was already gonna get a divorce, I was 20. But that could have been the best thing that ever happened to me. Couldn't tell me that then, though, because I was like, I just felt the rejection part of it because he's the one that wanted to divorce me. Okay. So that's all I was thinking about, was the rejection part of it. So I would say love yourself and then concentrate on yourself, focus on yourself, and then everything else will work out. And I'm telling you, if you do it that way, life will be a lot easier because you're not worried about anybody else. You're just worried about the most important person in your story, which is you, me, you, me. You know what I mean? Okay. Question number 2. Best part, fave part, best part slash fave part, yeah, of this journey. My relationship with God. That has never been a question in my life whether if there is a God or not. I've always known, but my relationship is a lot better. Okay. Before I used to be like, ooh, I hope it's gonna work out for me. I hope I get it. I hope. Now I'm like, I'm gonna get it, and I just already know it. When you change your mentality like that, you get things a lot easier and a lot faster and a lot, like, why would you even want to tell yourself? Like, why? And then the way I see things now, like, if you don't get things that you want, the way I see it now is because it's not for you. You know what I mean? Anything that's for you is easy. It's not going to be hard. It's not going to be difficult. It's not going to be complicated. It's going to be easy. And that's another thing that I've learned. Okay. But yeah, my relationship with God is like, hey, oh my gosh. I was checking out your channel. I think it was the other day when you commented. I was like, oh my god, where have you been? Where have you been? I really enjoy your channel. I really do, and thank you for stopping by. If you are not following YouTube Pimpin', what are you doing with yourself? Come on. Okay, so question number 3. Would you forgive those who betrayed you / talked about you / spread the lies about you? Okay. This was a big part of my journey. Okay. I've already forgiven those people. That's not a question. Okay. Because if you want to be forgiven for your sins or things that you've done, you have to forgive. You have to. It does take a little bit more longer for certain situations, right? But always forgive. No, don't forget, but just forgive, okay? And you'll be forgiven as well, okay? Now, as far as those people, if they'll ever come to me and be like, you know what, my bad, I didn't mean to say all those things about you, probably not. I'm not gonna hold my breath for that. And one of the people that I know were talking about me, I've asked them and they don't deny it. So, but they don't know that I've already have proof and stuff of it, receipts, So I already know, and I have known this whole time that they were part of the shit starter community, for me, okay? But I'm not gonna say that because that's for them to deal with later. That's their shit. I know what I know, and that's it. They won't admit it to me, even though I've asked them face to face. They continually deny it, but little do they know the people that they communicate with aren't so loyal to them. I'm just saying, just forgive them and forget them. Exactly. Unless, yeah, just forget them. Just forget them. I don't really think about it anymore, to be honest with you. At first it was hard, but it was definitely a learning experience, and it was people I didn't believe in need on a daily basis anyway, so it was fine. It's totally fine. It was just lesson learned. Can I change? Liv, are you listening? Okay, Liv, this one's for you. Okay. Or anybody who wants to change. Are you changing because you want to change, or are you changing because somebody's telling you got to change? For years somebody told me I was bipolar and that I was crazy and that I needed help. No. If somebody's telling you that, don't listen to them, okay? They're just saying that because they're trying to get under your skin, probably. But look at yourself, and if you feel that changes need to be made or there's room for improvement, then do it. It's that easy. Just acknowledging it and then actually taking action. I know she'll never change, YouTube pimp. I know, but we can't give up on everybody, okay? There's, just gotta throw her bone every once in a while, okay? All right, and number 5, last one. What do you mean codependent? Liv, I'm calling you again. Do you see how Liv cannot live without a man, in my opinion, or without her mom? She says she's independent, self-sufficient, and all that stuff. She's not. She always has to have her mom there helping her take care of her own child that she laid there probably on her back. She doesn't look like a top writer. I'm sorry. She doesn't look like she does anything. She probably just lays there and does nothing, okay? I'm just, judging over here. So she didn't, her mom wasn't there, I don't think, partaking in the activity of creating this child, the angel. But yet she requires her mom to be there every waking moment of his life. So that's codependent. If she would give her mom the boot, unless she's probably depending on her financially, in my opinion, because why else would she put up with that? All up in the business all the time. Like, go away. I used to be like that too with my mom too. So that's how I know. That's how I know. For a long time, I didn't make decisions on my own. Like, I had the ability to. Like, I am literally like independent and all that stuff. But I would always call my mom and be like, what do you think? Because I don't have a spouse, I'm just here winging it. And I would say, what do you think? And this is what I had to stop this year. Like, I had to stop that because I'm an adult, like, I don't need to do that. Like, what's right for you and what's wrong with you. But it's just like a reassurance, I guess, I needed. But I had to stop that. And I did. That's why I can live and judge her, because I would do that too. Like, it just felt like a security blanket, like being like, Mom, what do you think? Mom, like, for every little thing, I'd be like, Mom. And no, my mom doesn't live here. It's funny. I did a poll at work and everybody thought I lived with my mom for some reason. No, my mom lives 10 minutes away from here. She has her own house. She has her own husband. She has a husband that's actually alive, not like Stella. I don't know where her husband's at, but my mom's husband will not let her be gone living with me. You know what I mean? He expects her to be accounted for at home. Okay. She has to be there. Hey, Christine, where have you been? Hey, how are you? I hope all is well with you guys. I hope y'all are having a great week so far, even though it's just Monday, I'm hanging in there, okay? I'm already like, is it Friday yet? Because I'm ready for another day off. So, yeah. That's codependent. Or if you have to, okay, I wasn't going to say this because I told myself don't say this because we're not trying to start shit. But I'm going to say it. Fuck it. Okay. For years, okay, for 9 years, no, not 9 years, I won't say 9 years because it wasn't all bad. There were some good points in my last relationship. It wasn't all bad. But I know for a while there, I had that feeling of, what am I going to do? How am I going to move on from this? How am I going to get away from this? Because it's not healthy for me. How am I going to do this? And I remember feeling kind of like I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to be here for a while, because I have a heavy heart, and I feel for people who don't feel for me. People can treat me like shit and I'll still find a way. I used to find a way to still help those people who could care less about me. And I had to learn how to sever ties with people, places, and things that no longer serve me. If you're just going to continue fighting with me and talking down on me and being mean to me and saying this and that about me, that's not healthy for me, because you're putting me down on a daily basis, bringing me down, basically. Even though I told you that happened to me as a child on a regular daily basis, and you go and you're supposed to be somebody that loves me and you do that to me. So I remember for a long time I felt like I just can't do that because I have a heart and I feel for this person. I feel for this person because this person had a rough childhood, and how can I be like those people to this person and leave them too? That was the hardest thing for me to do, to finally one day choose myself over anybody else. Choose myself first, because I know I deserve better. I deserve somebody who's going to love me, all of me, even my flaws. And I deserve that. And I wasn't getting that for the longest time. And just knowing that I was able to finally walk away, because there were so many nights where I would cry to myself because I didn't want anybody seeing me cry. And I'd cry like in the shower or something, when I would be able to cry, because I used to just block off my emotions for a long, 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 long time, like years. And then when I was finally able to feel like this isn't right, you deserve to be treated like the queen that you are. And when I finally got enough courage to actually do something, that one day, I finally got enough courage to say, this is it. I'm not, this is it. Like, this is it. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I am so proud of myself for finally being able to do that. Like, hang on, I'm trying not to cry here. I'm trying to say this without that was like a big deal for me, because as you know, growing up, I was abused, and I was abused, okay? And I was talked down to on a daily basis. So that's all I understood as love. So when somebody did that to me as an adult, I felt like that was this person loving me, and it's not. And when I finally discovered that, I just be able to have the strength to say, that's it. I'm choosing myself first. I'm loving myself first, and this isn't right. I deserve better. When I tell you I'm proud of myself for doing that, even though everything that happened afterwards, the shit storm that happened, it's fine because I survived it. I'm not, no hard feelings. I don't even care anymore because I'm a better person. I've learned so much. I've evolved so much, and I'm proud of myself. And I couldn't believe that I would be, I would have done it. Like, you don't understand, like, how many times I talked myself out of it, because I felt so, my heart felt heavy for this person, but the way I was being treated was not right. And I deserve better. I do deserve better. And one day I'll get that. You know what I mean? I just had to find myself, love myself, repair myself, because I was broken into a gazillion pieces, okay? I was a mess, okay? And I had to rebuild myself, because when you go through something like that, you're broken into tiny pieces. Really did it. I actually did something for myself, and that's it. So if anybody's in a situation like that, just know that there's better out there for you. But you have to love yourself. Back to my answer to number one, is to love yourself first. And once you love yourself, if somebody sees you loving yourself, they're gonna treat you like that. If you see the way Jasmine treats herself and you see what she attracts, you see the way Liv treats herself and see what she attracts. Same thing with Strong Mommy Chrissy. You see the way, I mean, yeah, she's kind of like, hers is a little bit different because she does love herself. She does care about herself, but she just cares about herself just a little bit too much. And she needs to be a little more selfless for the children. You deserve to be happy and treated the right way. Yes, 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 we all do. And people used to tell me that all the time. And I was just like, what do you mean? What do you mean loving myself? I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that meant. But once you get there, you should be proud of yourself and continue what you're doing. You seem like a very good person and a great mom. You know what? I try. I have areas that I need to improve. I mean, of course I'm going to be critical of myself, but yes, I am a good mom, and I'm a better mom than I was, and I'm going to continue growing as a mom, as a person, as a woman, and one day as somebody's wife. Whoever I end up marrying is going to be getting like the best part of me, of my life, because I was so confused and I had everything backwards, like in my brain. Like, I didn't think the way I think now, like the way I was thinking like all wrong. My priorities were different, you know. And whoever I end up with is really gonna get the best part of me, you know, even though it's probably gonna be the end of my life. But you know, they're gonna get like the best version of me. And I keep on saying that, like, you know, and I'm not even afraid, like, to before I was afraid. Like, when I first started all of this, I was afraid to get into a relationship. I was so afraid, okay? I was like, man, to put all this to use, you know, like this, the way I think now, the way I'm, like, oh my gosh, like, you don't understand. Like, I was a totally different person getting into my last relationship, and then the relationship before that, and the relationship before that, and then my marriage, you know, like, a whole nother bitch, you know? Whole nother bitch, okay? And the person that I am today is like, I'm just very proud of myself. And I didn't think I'd ever get here, but look where the fuck I'm at. Here, you know? And that's because of me, not because of anybody else. I can't say that, oh, you know, this person helped me. Or no, I literally did it by myself. How you doing? Anyways, I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna go take showers and go to bed, okay? I'll talk to y'all later. And thank y'all for joining me. And hello to all my new subscribers. And I'm gonna do a live video probably tomorrow. I'm gonna take the rest of the night off because I'm very tired. But I'll see y'all then, okay? Bye-bye.